Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Just doing a little visiting today while I'm riding. Slopping through the old mud. It just rained. Sure am digging this 300L. But I can tell you on the 300L, in case everybody hasn't known it, but I actually did not want a CRF300L. For the longest time. I knew they was coming, and pretty much before anybody, because I have a contact in Thailand and he mentioned it to me and telling me what was coming up, and I was like, well, I just really don't want one because I was so happy with the CRF250L. I just thinking, you know, for a little bit more power, forget it, it's no big deal, it's gonna be the same bike. And I was perfectly happy with the 250L. I didn't know a dime on it. It done a great job for everything that I needed. It had less power than this, of course, but really, it had all the power I needed. I'm not like I race. You know, I don't do hair scrambles or enduros, and I don't even do crazy fast riding anymore on the dirt roads, just out playing, you know, when I'm just out riding. So ride with the guys, I don't get crazy. So the 250L was a perfect machine for me, and I was perfectly happy with it. I had no interest, even when the 300 was coming out. I just gonna skip it and just let it go and just keep the 250L. And so I actually didn't have no interest in it at all. Thought it was kind of neat that they was going to come up with a 300 and do that. That's fine, but not for me. I didn't want it. And then actually, I think it may have been Harry, my friend Harry, who was riding with me. He mentioned that, well, you really should get the 250L just for your channel anyway, because, you know, with the 300L, you're going to get lots of views. It's going to be, it makes my channel more related to 300L and 250L, even though now I don't have a 250L. But you can still watch my videos and relate to the 250L because they're basically, there's a lot of similarities. And so I got to think about it. You know, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should get it just because of the YouTube channel, and I'm sure that I'm going to get a lot of views with 300L. That's the new, improved, and the great thing. So I contacted my guy back in Thailand, and that I know, and he's like, man, you really should. Of course, you know, they're not giving me bikes or nothing. They didn't give me a bike. But he's a nice guy, so he helped me out, and he said, I'll tell you, if you want to get the 300L and pre-order it, then I will send you the headlight and the turn signals and everything like the Thailand version, because the United States version is not going to have the LEDs. It's just going to have a halogen bulb and the incandescent turn signals like the 250L, pretty much the same thing. It's like, well, that's cool too, because it takes the headlight, the shroud, the fender, it takes all this stuff, a lot more pieces than you think, just to change it over to all the LED stuff. So I went and put my money on a 300L. I thought, well, that gives me several months there to actually save up more for the 300L, and I did. And then I thought, well, after I get the 300L, I'm just going to keep the 250L and the 300L. And I got the 300, and I was like, it's just unreal. The first ride, how much difference there was. It's not just a more CCs, it's a completely different bike, and everything changed. I mean, it was like day and night, really. If you didn't have the two to compare, if you just buy a 300L, you wouldn't know the difference if you didn't have a 250L, or if you had a 250L and you didn't ever buy one, well, you would never know the difference. And even probably if you had a 250L a while back, say a year or two ago, some people would quit the 250L, and then you go buy one, you think, well, they're pretty close to the same. But if you do like I did and you had them both, where you can ride one, ride the other, because I had rode this one for a week probably, or two, and then I got back on the 250L, and holy cow, then I realized the big difference I realized the difference in the power, the feel. The bike feels bigger, more fitting for me. The bike, the 250L, when I got on it, it felt real dumpy. It just felt real doggy and sluggish compared to the 300. Even though the bike was still the same, it was fine. So after getting the 300L, and as I said, I absolutely did not want a 300L, I was so happy. It kind of just changed everything. This bike is better two up. It's better riding by myself. It's better on the highway. It's got more lug. It lugs better in the woods. Has a lot more low end torque for sure. I can lug this thing down climbing hills a lot better than I could the 250. Didn't have to get the RPMs up high to lug through the woods. So that was a lot better. So everything is better. Even the suspension, they may not say it is. Some people would say it ain't, but the suspension is a little better, and I can feel it. And I'm actually happy with the stock suspension. I don't have to have the high dollar suspension. Yeah, I'm not saying the high dollar suspension wouldn't be better. Of course it would. And yeah, I would like to have it, but I am happy with this. I wouldn't want to go spend the money just to have the other suspension, because I'm not jumping and motocrossing or doing anything like that. So the stock suspension does me a good job. But it's kind of crazy how it ended up with the 300L, and I always said the 250L was the best bike ever in my opinion, and I wanted to keep it forever, and I did. Well, it finally got to where after riding the 300L, every time I get on 250, it's like, you know, I thought I'll ride this thing all week, it needs to be rode, the 250. And then I end up not riding it because I just enjoy this thing. This thing is so much more fun. It feels so much better. Everything about it feels better. Not just one thing. It feels lighter. It's more flickable. It's got more power. Suspension is a little better. Everything is better pretty much on this than it is the 250. So I got to thinking, you know what? I really don't need that 250L around. I could use the money on something else. Why let it just sit there? You know, my wife wanted me to keep it because I wanted it so bad, and I wanted to keep it. But really, in reality, 2 bikes is not necessary just for one to sit. And just taking up room in my shop. So I sold the 250L, and I do miss it because I liked it so much. But this bike here helps me not to miss it at all because I like it so much better. So I'm so happy that I did get a 300L, even though I did not want it at all. I'm perfectly happy now. I'm way more happy actually than I was with the 250, and I couldn't imagine being more happy than I was with the 250L. If you got one, you ain't nothing to worry about. You got a great bike when you got a 250. So thank you guys for watching. Even you goats, thank you for watching. Appreciate all you guys. Click the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to my channel. Catch y'all on the next one. Right on.